Good morning everyone, it's Lorraine Murray here from Feel Good Therapies. I am going to do a really short video blog on how to manage our emotions a little bit more peacefully than perhaps that we do at the moment, because what I'm finding for myself and also for other people that I teach is that the emotions are real drivers within us, and they can really influence how we feel about ourselves and other people throughout the day. The way that I teach meditation and also the Reiki courses that we offer is to see ourselves as not just this physical body, but to see ourselves as a combination of different types of energy. So of course I have the physical energy of my body that I can touch my hands here, but I also have the energy of my thoughts and I have the energy of my feelings. And usually as children, we have strong feelings, we're very capable of it, and we can see in children that are upset how they express those feelings very vociferously and out loud for everyone to hear. But not all children do that. Some children learn to take their feelings inside and to silence themselves, and then what happens is that we can find that the emotions come up later on in life that still need to be acknowledged and sometimes expressed. So if you do some work on yourself, like I do all the time, it's a great way of feeling more empowered, and it's a great way to help you feel more accepting of who you are. And when we have that, then we feel a lot more peaceful with ourselves. So one of the first things that we tend to do when we're teaching any of our courses is to get people to become aware of actually what they're feeling and what they're noticing. Because often we go about our day-to-day stuff and we really don't pay that much attention to what we feel. We tend to stay in our heads quite a lot, we're thinking all the time, and the thoughts can generate feelings, but then we stuff the feelings back down the side because it's not the right time, not the right place to deal with these feelings, but we never ever give ourselves any kind of time or space to feel it. And sometimes when I'm teaching meditation, I can really see the emotions rise to the surface, or even when someone is speaking and sharing in our groups, you can see the emotions rise to the surface because it's the first time that they have acknowledged those feelings ever. And that can be in itself quite a powerful act. So the admittance of what we're actually feeling can be really, really powerful. And sometimes after that we can feel, well, what do we do with these feelings? They come up, and how we can't cope with them. Well, there are some really simple things that you can do to help yourself cope with them. But the first thing is to sit down or stop and notice how you're feeling, even in this moment as I'm speaking to you just now. Today I'm having a really light day today. I feel quite positive today. It's not because I've not faced any challenges, because I have. My partner had a bit of a difficult start today and he was a little bit grumpy. But I managed to stay within what I was feeling and not get drawn into what he was feeling, which could have coloured my day. But I'm aware that I also have moments where I can feel quite sad, I can feel quite angry, I can feel quite irritated, or I can feel quite joyful. And one of the things that we struggle with sometimes as human beings is just allowing ourselves to feel what we feel. One of my great friends, Lindsay, talks about the secondary emotions that come in. So say we're angry, for example, then we feel guilty about feeling angry, and it's not really the anger we need to deal with, it's the guilt we have about expressing what we feel and how we express it too. So the first thing to do is to be aware of how you feel in this moment. And our bodies are a very good barometer of how we feel. If you have any aches or pains or tiredness, then I would suggest that there's some emotion attached to that. So just sitting down, being quiet for a few moments, sitting with your breath, and just asking yourself mentally the question, how do I feel in this moment? How do I feel in the next moment? How do I feel in the moment after that? And just watching it with a gentle sense of curiosity, beautiful sense of curiosity. And not trying to change anything, and not trying to worry or hold back on what we're feeling. And then if we do find that we have strong feelings kind of coming up and we can feel it in our body, maybe we want to cry, maybe we're suppressing grief that we've held in for a long time, we'll notice that in our body. And one of my top tips is to, once you've acknowledged the feeling, is to take it into this area here called the heart center. Because our tendency is to want to push these feelings away. You know, oh my goodness, no, not going there, that's too uncomfortable. But actually what we do is the more we push away, the more energy we give, the more resistance we give, the more energy, and therefore we give the feeling more energy, and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. We do use crutches and different behaviours to try and suppress those feelings too. We try and use alcohol, food, shopping addictions, sometimes even sport is used to kind of mask and to push down the feelings that we have inside. But if you can acknowledge that feeling, you can really sense it, and then you can bring it in and breathe it in to here, into your chest, into the heart center. And even though it'll feel like it gets quite strong and quite acute, keep breathing it in and breathing it in and breathing it in. And even mentally saying to yourself, I am feeling, whatever the feeling is, I am feeling, and really acknowledging what you feel. And once you acknowledge it, you can often find that the feeling might just dissolve or just pass. Or perhaps you'll have an insight to where the feeling comes from. So the insight brings understanding, brings a little bit more compassion to yourself for having the feeling in the first place. It's a really important first step. And I'm a great fan of using our meditation skills, our mindfulness skills, to kind of acknowledge what we're feeling in this moment in time. There's a beautiful poem by a philosopher called Rumi that some of you may have heard. And he talks about the body, the person being a guest house, and different emotions come in to this particular guest house that is us. And I thought it'd be quite nice to just read this out to you. Maybe you'd like to close your eyes for a moment and just listen to me reading this out to you, and just noticing how this poem makes you feel. The guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows, who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Have a wonderful day, and I hope that you can take some time out to just check in with how you're feeling in every moment that comes to your mind. Namaste.